All right, section 6.345, I don't know what it is, but it's on multiplying and adding fractions or subtracting fractions in a BeDMAS question. So the first thing we're going to do is I'm going to write this down because I'm not going to actually solve it yet. It stays at the first of my expression. And 1 over 5 multiplied by 3 over 4, if I multiply the numerators, I get 3. Multiply the denominators, I get 20. So my next step should be 3/4 plus this 3/20, which is the answer to the product of 1/5 times 3/4. It's 3/20. So once I get that, I now have addition of fractions, which I have to go back to grade 7 and add those together. My equivalent fraction to 3/4 that has a denominator of 20 is 12/20. Add the numerators, keep the denominator. My answer is 15/20, which in lowest terms, did I make a mistake? Where did I make my mistake? I don't think I made a mistake, did I? Oh, by 5. Yes, by 5. 15. Gives me 18. Thank you. Thank you. Would be 18 over 20, which in lowest terms is 9 over 10. There we go. That's a little bit better. Your second question, 1/2 plus 3/8 times 1/3. First thing I could do is my multiplication, so that's going to come down. Now, if a smart man was to do this, he would get 3/24 if he simply multiplied the numerators and multiplied the denominators. And that's fine if he had 3/24, but watch how much easier this question becomes if I cross reduce. 3 over 3 will become 1 over 1. So instead of using 3/24, what could I use instead? 1 over 8. It's still 3/24, it's just in lowest terms. Common denominator will be 8. 4/8 plus 1/8 is 5/8. Next question, still going to do my multiplication first. So 5/8 take away 3 times 1 is 3. 10 times 4 is 40. Now there were a couple people who decided the common denominator for 8 and 40 was 80, and that is completely okay. It is a common multiple that both 8 and 40 share, but the first multiple they share is actually 40. So the equivalent fraction to 8 is 5/8 is 25/40. So 25 take away 3 over 40 is going to end up with 22 over 40, which is not lowest terms because both are divisible by 2. Your answer is 11/20 in lowest terms. And finally, 3/4 take away the product of these two. I'm a smart man, so I am not going to do 5 times 2 and 8 times 5. I am going to cross reduce this. When I cross reduce it, it's going to become 1/4. And 3/4 take away 1/4 is 2/4, which in lowest terms is 1/2. Now, if you didn't cross reduce, I'm going to do it without cross reducing. You got 10 over 40. You used a common denominator of 40 probably. And you got 30/40, take away 10/40, which is 20/40, which reduces down still to lowest terms of 1/2.